Well, Paul, here we are at the start of the new season, and just tell us what new developments that Pirelli have made over the winter.
Well, you know, at the end of last year we were, if anything, slightly being criticised for being a bit conservative, which was strange after the start we had. So we had to make some changes to the slick tyre in particular. So we've got 3 new compounds. We've got a new hard, medium and soft tyre, much more aggressive, softer in the direction of performance. A new profile, which gives a larger footprint. In layman's terms, that means putting a lot more rubber onto the track, and that allows us to use those softer compounds and hopefully create some of that excitement from earlier on in the season.
When you say almost being criticised, the viewers at home were very happy. So was it the teams who were giving you the feedback?
Yeah, I think people felt that we were maybe being a little bit conservative, and some teams were struggling to use the harder compounds in particular. So we felt that we needed to do something to provide some novelty, I guess, for this season.
And was it any one particular team? Were you allowed to divulge that?
Well, I mean, a lot of people were saying to us that there was a red car in particular that was suffering with harder compounds, but in reality, it's probably only a couple of teams that managed to get those harder compounds working. And from the feedback we've had here already, the warm-up times for the harder and soft compounds are much reduced, 2 laps, something like that, and that seems to be pleasing more of the teams this year.
We've got a very different looking car out there today. You can even see that from your eyes for the layman's at home. Yeah. We've got rule changes, we've got new compounds of tyres. What can you expect? What would you like to see this season?
Well, I think we'd all like to see closer racing at the front. I think it was fascinating what we saw in the midfield last year, when you saw what was going on with Force India, Sauber and Toro Rosso and Mercedes to an extent, and what was then the Renault team. I think that if that could transform itself into the front of the grid, I think we're in for an exciting season, because then the differences in tyres can come through in a much more determining fashion, where they've got to really work with the strategies. The drivers can have a big impact on the performance of the tyre, the degradation, the wear life, and I think we'll all have an even more exciting season, even though we had more overtaking last year than we've had in the history of Formula